I am Maria Garcia de Fleury. In our current era where many evangelizers are needed to lead people along the path of truth, the example of St. Augustine of Canterbury is very edifying. They consider him to be England's greatest evangelizer. Augustine entered the Benedictine order and became superior of the Benedictine convent in Rome. Seeing his personal qualities, Pope Gregory the Great asked him to go with some of his friars to evangelize in England, which was a pagan land. Augustine, who was not cowed by any difficulty, went to embark with 39 monks to convert the pagan Saxons. When they got to the boat to go to England, they began to tell them terrible things about the inhabitants of that island. The friars felt very afraid and asked Augustine to speak with Pope Gregory about how dangerous this evangelizing mission was. The Pope encouraged Augustine so much that he told him not to be afraid, that this was God's undertaking and God would take care of them. The King of England was called Ethelbert, and his wife was called Bertha, a very holy woman. Upon arriving, the first gift that Augustine and his friars received was to obtain the goodwill of the king. At that moment, everyone understood that when companies belong to God and one puts all their trust in Him, God protects them. The king asked them to teach him religion, and he was so happy that he had himself baptized. He gave them a palace to serve as a convent and a temple in Canterbury to teach. The famous Canterbury Cathedral is currently located in that temple. The king gave everyone freedom to choose the religion they wanted, but encouraged them to be Catholics and get baptized. So much did they enjoy the teachings about Jesus Christ that at Christmas, 10,000 English people were baptized, starting with those who occupied the highest positions in the government. Augustine sent two monks to Rome to tell the Pope what was happening. The Pope gave Augustine the appointment of Chief Archbishop of the entire Catholic Church of England, sent more missionaries, as well as challenges, books of liturgy, religious images, and knowing that Augustine was an obedient priest, he sent him several recommendations. First, do not destroy the temples of the pagans, convert them into Christian temples. Second, not to end all pagan festivals, but to convert them into Christian first festivals. For example, if they celebrated the festivals of their idols with great banquets in which everyone participate, well, have those banquets, but in order of the martyrs and saints. Third, divide the country into three dioceses: Canterbury, London, and York. Augustine complied with the Pope's recommendations and obtained very good results. When he attended meetings, Augustine stood out for his great stature and his very venerable presence that commanded respect and admiration. Augustine always remained obedient and in contact with the Pope. Despite performing miracles, he remained as a humble man dependent of God. Augustine of Canterbury died saintly on May 26, 605. Since then, he has enjoyed a great reputation for holiness in that nation, England, and in many other places, because he lived knowing how important it is to comply with the mission and the will of God, because with God we always win.